Peace. Yeah, check it.
So we back.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean,
I'm ready.
Boy, it's been a minute. I ain't released music in like 6 to 7 months.
I feel you.
I feel like I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
Well, you know, for you it's been months. For me it's been months as well. But I'm coming off of a bunch of consecutive releases.
Yeah.
And I know how you feel being like, you know, fresh in the game.
Yes, sir.
So I'm ready to do this, man. We can both build off each other's strengths and, you know, just push this thing.
I mean, that's the whole point. That's why we're here. I mean, we're trying to figure out how we can crack the game open by ourselves.
Exactly.
But I mean, of course, it's not possible. But the fact that we're out here with a singular mind,
the engine
and the focus,
we
are. You see the flower, the womb, the rose that grew from the concrete, the light that showered the tomb, the firstborn, the stone that the builder refused, the missing piece to the puzzle, the crooked edge, seekers of truth, sons of Adam, daughters of Eve, running through the Sahara barefoot, dreams caught in the wind. We are Africa's
most wanted on the road running, so rugged and your whole love it. Cold-blooded, here's a gold nugget, man, it costs a live and we over budget.
Want something, then I go for it. I haunt niggas and I hold grudges. We don't trip about this road, take us, we hold stickers, want more figures.
Whoa, whole stick-ups, it's a dope coming?
Yeah, nigga got the boat running.
Well, keep it running, we'll be in and now. Just had to tell them what we really bout.
Yeah, we head now, can't stop this shit.
a few answers. He's gonna shed some light on us on how to crack the game, crack the industry.
We can just catch a vibe, play him some of the shit, and we can see what he thinks.
Oh no, for sure. Everything is possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything and everything. So we're gonna go do that. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's maybe roll something up that we can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Make that beat go bang, my nigga.
Look it, I'm stuck in my ways. No trace for days, ain't no GPS. This place a maze, but my sneakers list. Okay, gotta pick the pace. Look it, I'm stuck in my ways. No trace for days, ain't no GPS. This place a maze, but my sneakers list. Okay, time to paper chase. East to west with no GPS. Redirect till I see a check. To be the best, you gotta beat the best. I wanna beat the beat, yeah, I beat the death. No beat is left. Flatline, Tony Hawk on my cash grind. New address, no S sign. Making money just to pass time like that's fly. Look at the watch, diamond on to make a temperature drop. Iced out, glacier top. Drip hard, so I'm taking the mob. Shaking the block, took a gamble. Went on stage and a broken ankle.
We just wanted to know how you got to this point of doing what you do and why it is that you do it.
Damn. If I go back, my first true connection to Kenyan music, I'd say was Kanamashaka. I remember listening to them on radio when they went to do their first interview on Capitol, and there was this whole energy around. And tumetoka Gandorani, and they had a fan club that was a P.O. box number. And I remember writing it down to be like, yo, I gotta write these guys a letter or something. And that was maybe my first connection. And after that, when I was in uni, my cousins were DJs, right? They were DJs in the mainstream scene. So during uni days, I'd go to their crib on weekends, chill with them, get onto the comp, see all those CDs they've downloaded. So they used to get tons and tons of CDs and put them onto a comp.
Burning CDs.
Right? So they had all these bags, so I'd just come in a hard drive. So whatever music has been pre-selected for the guys doing the radio shows into a folder, I'd pick all that, go back to USIU, There's a bar here called Fifi's.
Oh, you were sneaky.
So my boy and I on Thursday cut a deal with Fifi's, and we were the DJs, and I'd bring my entire comp from the dorm, and like CPU monitor, and we just sit there and play jams.
Yeah.
So that kind of got me interested in the scene, got me playing music and listening to music abroad.
So you were literally a DJ?
Yeah, but then I find it disrespectful to say that because I was a guy with a comp and media player, you know, and I just played on media player. The biggest difference between what we're doing today and what I did 10 years ago is that 10 years ago we worked for the good of ourselves. So, you know, managing mad tracks or managing so and so, all our efforts were to build him, right? And Nameless and Steve built Nameless, and R.I.Z.E and Steve built R.I.Z.E, and Juakali Steve built Juakali, and so everybody worked independently and built themselves. We made money, but it was only good for us. The work we did then did nothing to make sure Trio Mio's life is better in music. He still has to go through the same cycle. He still has to know DJ. We've not done anything to make it easier for the next guy to come and be able to succeed.
So what are you doing now?
So 2015, actually 2013. So 2012 is when I officially stopped working with artists, and I was like, don't want to work with anybody, blah blah blah. But the big gap that was there with artists, the other thing I do is event production. So the place where the two of them merged is both of us do gigs, both of us are building audiences, and we're not seeing the direct monetary value of these audiences. And so I started trying to think of how to fix that. If we can fix the fact that money can flow into these industries, because I've seen it has sustained me for years, but it's not as easy to get to as we'd imagine. And so we started thinking about Mookh, which is what I do now. We have a platform called Mookh. Mookh is short for Mukwanja.
Okay, now you know.
Right?
I didn't know now.
So Mukwanja is what guys in South Sea and them used to call money back then. You know, they have Mukwanja, hey, they have some Mookh, they have some Mookh. And so when we started building the platform, the biggest challenge was, how does the Mookh move quickly? You know, everything else is easy to do, to sell a ticket, to download a song. Those ones any developer can do. How does money move? How does that transaction flow and it's efficient? And so that became our focus, and it took a while. We initially thought it was just marketplace, put M-Pesa on, and for almost 2.5 years, developer after developer, we couldn't get the system we wanted. So eventually we came up with this system, which the core of Mookh is payments. So the core of Mookh is how do we move payments. Now once we built that, we realized you don't just need payments as a standalone, because then some guys need a website, some guys need a ticketing engine, some people need inventory management for their merch and landing pages, and then someone needs customer care, because then you guys come, and then, so then when we saw that, we're like, okay, let's start to build a second layer on our payments so that we can offer a bit more end-to-end. For ticketing, come to me, set it up here, until the gig is done, the people who manage the ticketing, everything is provided. Your work is to set up and remove money. At the end, if you're a musician, come upload your stuff, set a price, push the link. As people are downloading, come remove the money. So make it easier for guys to transact online, because transacting online sounds easy, but it's not. Once you start, you realize, God damn, I didn't think about this and I didn't think about this. And so, yeah, the collective thinking, I think, is the biggest difference. And now we know we need to build industry solutions as opposed to individual solutions. Yeah.
Because of the fact that so many people are doing it, it's so much harder for, I guess, it's so much harder to find the best talent in some sort of way. You know? So how do those people who do break through the noise, how do they break through the noise, especially with how you see things?
I have two thoughts. Okay. The first thought is, the cream always rises to the top. Okay? So the best ones will come out of the noise, right? Out of the noise, you'll hear something and you'll be like, God damn, that is a fire. We need to listen to more of this, babe. So that will happen naturally. Now, naturally, the problem with that is that it's slow. Naturally means, you know, the tastemakers go into the internet, find your SoundCloud. That shit is slow, right? But eventually it will happen. The thing for me is, I think it's actually a benefit that we have all that, right? Because without volume, you don't create an impact. When we think about Nigerian Afrobeats, like now I don't know which boy is which boy. You know, it's like there's like seven boys. There's 7 kids. There's 7 because there's so many of us, but there's still a Wizkid. There's still a Davido. There's still a there's the need for this larger pool so that then also these other guys can climb. The problem we've had in Kenya is that we've had a very small market. Our pool of artists who are actually active has been 20, right? But we have 14,000 guys registered in CSK. So what are those other 13,000 guys doing when all we see is poster on poster on the same 20 people? But when we have a huge pool, now the challenge for us becomes, how do we separate, kind of, right? How do we ensure that there's because also the good thing about what we're currently creating, again, we have a lot of vibes. Our influence is not, if you go to Jamaica, everyone's doing dancehall. So that one you can say there's noise because we all have to go through the dancehall. But here,
the difference is everyone is comfortable doing their own thing.
You mentioned this, finding your target market. That's one of the most important things, especially to break into the industry. Because you mentioned how,
I think target market. You know, when you say target market, people look at it like, this is a serious business. Find your tribe, find people who vibe with you, and then grow that tribe. So your target market is just your tribe. Guys of your vibe. If you start with 50, you have a tribe. At 100 people, you have a movement.
The fact that you have one other person, it should say that there's another person like that, somebody else like that, somebody else like that. I guess that's how you build your audience.
And once you have that, because also the thing is, you see when our focus is at 1 million, I ignore every 10K. I could reach 5K, but I'm like, I've not reached 1 million. So as opposed to building and growing this 5K, I'm like, I need 950K. This 5K, if you nurture them well, and they can give you 100 score every month, that's a lot of money. Well, commit and put in work. I think and this is why I was saying we chatted before and I was talking about talent, right? In a pool of 5,000 people, so many talented people, but also when you enter with talent, you'll get Kidogo. You'll get Kidogo intimidated because they're like, man, I didn't know there were 4,000 other guys who could do this. So there is work that needs to be done.
Very true.
Thank you so much, Porgie, for giving us all this.
Bless you guys, man.
I mean,
you answered almost everything I had to ask. I didn't have to ask anything.
he already had it, man. He's been waiting for this moment.
It's been sitting. I was like, yo. and like, good job on the collaboration.
Thank you so much.
Because it's the only way we can help many people.
This is true.
So if there's any ways that we can support that, let us know.
From the
It's on record.
How can people catch you? How can they sign to Mookh? How can they?
Hey, if you're an artist and you're out there trying to sell your stuff, just go to mookh.com, log in, create an account. That should be super easy. If you want to set up payments, we have an independent payment system, so how you collect your tunes and keep track of that, we can give you that. If you just want some advice and some vibes, drop me at the A.M.W. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you hang out. And I'm always happy to chat. If you are ever in the area, come by the village, check it out. So I try to keep it as open as possible.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You tried to kick us out last time.
Yeah, I mean, let's sit and talk. It's because of talking and finding solutions that we can move forward.
Actually,
Sure.
thank you so much. And that's us.
Way to December, utanipata nikichapa kazi kama mwenda. See, it ain't easy living in Nairobi. Lazima nichape kazi with my homies, but I bet you I can win.